Welcome back to the channel, guys. Hope you're having a great time out there. Today we're going to look at whether this newcomer is better than the OG. So, welcome back to the channel, guys. Hope you're having a great time out there. Hope you're all looking after yourselves both mentally and physically. And you keep pushing those barriers. You keep pushing those boundaries and you're on target for your goals in 2023 because 2023 is nearing the close. But also, please do make sure you get your New Year's resolution and you get your new targets and your goals in and you keep aiming for them and you keep building and growing. And also, please do check out the Shoe Dog podcast with me and the bro, 808 Kicks ATL. We talk about sneaker drama, sneaker news, sneaker bad behavior because we always take that to sneaker court with public opinion. And also on top of that, please do like, follow, subscribe, come and chat to me. Let's have a conversation. Let's break it down like we always do, because today we're gonna break down a comparison, a versus, one sneaker versus another, the new contender versus the OG. And here you go, guys. Hey presto shabang, this is the Concord versus the new contender on the scene. Hey presto shabang, the new Jordan 11 Gratitude. So we're taking the new contender versus the old OG, which is the Jordan 11 Concord versus the new Gratitude 11 Jordan 11 Gratitude, and we're going to basically compare them to basically break them down for 5 categories and basically pick a winner. Is the OG still always going to be on top, or is the new contender just too good to not actually be above the OG? We're going to take a look at that. We're going to actually take it and break it down. So first category is all about history. So let's take a look at the history. And obviously, you know, the Jordan 11 Concord was all based on Michael Jordan coming back for the second round of three-peats. And obviously this is the reason why on the Concord 11 we got the 45, because his number wasn't available. And obviously the 45 represents or was basically a number that was given to him until he got his 23 back on the actual Chicago Bulls jersey. Obviously we know with the actual sneakers, with the actual last peat that he did, the three-peat, he went on a sabbatical into baseball and basically came back and actually wore these with the 45s. So that's the history behind the Concord. This is the reason why the Concord is so special, and this is the reason why it gave birth to the defining moments back, because this is the reason why we got the Gratitude 11. Because even though the Gratitude 11 is the Gratitude 11, which is Jordan Brand saying thank you to everybody for buying and rocking with Jordan Brand and Nike Brand, but this is based on the DMP 11. Obviously we know the defining moments back is built off the Concord, so in particular we could say the history of this is based on the history of the Concord. So that's 1 point to the Concord in my personal opinion, because I think Concord is dictating the history of the defining moments back, because without the Concord 11 we won't get the Gratitude 11. Let's just be honest, same colorway, but this is why it's going 1 point to the Concords for me. Category 2 is all about colorway, and the colorways are quite similar to these. Obviously they're all based, or the renditions are all based on a Concord 11. So when we look at a Concord 11, we're actually looking at a colorway which is predominantly black on the pattern level, which is shiny black high cut with the black Jumpman, with the 45 in the back, with the white mesh on the uppers, and obviously the white midsole with slightly blue translucent white outsole, with the Concord pads there and the Concord Jumpman there, with basically Jumpman Jordan on the actual tongue there as well. As you can see, this is what a classic Concord colorway looks like, and this is why it's so synonymous in the actual Concord or the actual OGs, because this is an absolutely beautiful colorway. But when you look at the Gratitude 11 or the DMP 11, similar to the actual Concord 11, you've got more of that black on the actual pattern level, which is shiny, which is high cut, gold Jumpman at the back, gold 23 at the back, which is absolutely dope, gold Jumpman on the actual tongue, and you got a milky outsole with black predominantly on that as well, similar to the Concord 11. But I think the Concord 11 is so classic in its way. The fact that it's got Concord touches makes it the Concord, so I'm gonna give that point to the Concord 11 if I'm honest, because I do believe, even though this is absolutely dope in my personal opinion, I do believe everything is based on the original OG, so the OG gets the point. Category 3 is all about the materials. So let's take a look at the materials, guys, because basically the Gratitude 11 did something different to any other Jordan 11. But let's take a look at the Jordan 11 Concord first. And as you can see, guys, predominantly mesh all the way through the uppers with some leather, flat leather at the back, with a 45 in the back, high pattern leather, as you can see all over this sneaker, translucent outsole, Concord pads, and obviously that graphite is like this shiny black all the way through. As you can see, I have to look at it. I thought there was a bit of white on there, but it's not. But obviously you can see predominantly the classic Jordan 11 look to this. Basically, this is what every Jordan 11 comes in. Classic in terms of what it is produced in, classic in what it comes in. But when you look at the Gratitude 11s, you can see there's a slight difference there. The upper on this is tumbled, where it's supposed to be this almost mesh kind of fiber to this, but it's all tumbled leather. Even the tabs on this is leather, flat leather, and then tumbled underneath. That's dope. Even the tongue is leather all the way through, tumbled all the way through. I like that, and based on that, guys, I'm gonna give both of these a point, because you can't get away from the classic mesh on this as well, and you can't get away from how this looks. The actual Jordan 11 Gratitude is super dope. I love this leather look. I hope they do this a bit more. So in actual fact, that goes to 1 point each, so that's 3 1s to the OGs. Category 4 is all about execution, but before we look at the execution, I'm just going to say another reason why I gave the Gratitude 11 a point in the last round was because of this gold chrome jump, man. Love that effect. I love the way they did that. I love the way they wrapped that around. This is absolutely dope. And also on top of that, it does say thank you in the actual tab on the under tab on the tongue as well. That's super dope. But I'm going to say this as well, the execution of this was similar. The Gratitude 11s and the Concord 11s was similar. In 2018, I got the exclusive access to the Concords and I actually copped them before the release, and the same thing happened with these Gratitude 11s. Same colorway, same design, same release, and obviously there was about 1 million pairs of the actual Concord 11s apparently, and there was 1 million pairs of these Gratitude 11s. So in terms of execution, I believe both of these were similar. Both of these are getting 1 point each, so it's actually 4-2 to the actual OG, if I get that right. But yes, guys, that was brilliant. That's amazing to see. Like I'm saying, the resale on the actual Gratitude 11s ain't much. It's going under retail as we speak, so it's still a dope sneaker to cop. If you didn't get the Concord 11s, you got a good chance to get a Gratitude 11, which is similar to the Concords, and I believe this is an absolutely dope pair. If it was 2018 or 2019, we won't see these pairs sit around. But obviously, we're not in 2018 anymore. We're in 2023, and climate is different. So if you want that pair, go and get that pair for under retail, guys. It's such a great sneaker. And the last category, category 5 on this, is overall presentation. I love the actual presentation on the Concord 11. I love the presentation of Gratitude 11. It's got thank you all over the actual box. It's got thank you tissue paper inside, but the presentation on the actual Concord 11s was all OG'd out. So both of these get a point for that, in my personal opinion. Absolutely dope release, absolutely dope the way they did it. These sneakers are so similar, but sometimes you can't just beat the OG. But on that, it means the actual Concord won by 3 points to 5. Basically, Concord got 5 points and the Gratitude 11s got 3 points. But both of these are brilliant, and to my personal opinion, if you have a look at both of these, except for the fact that it's got that gold Jumpman at the back there as well, guys, that's the only reason why I think there's subtle differences. Obviously the milky outsole as well. A lot of people don't like the milky outsole, but the Gratitude 11 is such a dope sneaker, and the Concord 11 is going to be the winner for this actual versus. So the conclusion to this versus was the OG was always going to win, guys. There was no doubt about it, because when your sneaker is based on the OG, which is the Concord 11, the most iconic 11 in my personal opinion, even though I like the Bread 11 better than this, this is most iconic. This is the return of the Mac. This is the start of the 3P. This is the defining moment. This is why I believe this Concord 11 was always going to win. But when you have a close sneaker like the actual Concord 11, but call it a DMP 11, or you call it a Gratitude 11 and change the uppers, you still got to have a look at it, because even though the Concord 11 is such a classic, you still can't get away from the fact that this looks absolutely epic in its own vein, in its own light. But guys, when you got a sneaker like the Concord 11s, it's hard to beat. Let's just be honest. But on that, guys, if you have missed the Concord 11s, which came out in 2018, you can still get the Gratitude 11, which is absolutely dope in my personal opinion. Very similar, and when you put them back to back, it's hard to tell what one's what. There you go, guys. What one's what? You got to see the subtle differences when you notice that there's a gold Jumpman and a milky white outsole, or a white outsole. Milky but white, clear white. But these two are absolutely beautiful in my opinion, and the OG was always going to win in my personal opinion, because guys, it's an OG, it's a classic. This started a movement, this started a wave, this started everything in terms of the Jordan 11, in terms of what it was going to do. And then you got everything else that came after it. But that's the reason why I think the OG was going to win anyway, and this is why it actually won 5 points to 3. But Gratitude 11, still a dope sneaker, guys. That's what I'm saying, still a dope sneaker. But go and get it if you can, and go and get it under retail if you can. But that was my results. What do you think? What's your thoughts? Do you agree with my votes? Do you agree with what I gave the actual OG or the Gratitude 11? Let me know your thoughts. Give me your thoughts and let's talk about it. But thank you for tuning in. Thank you for always coming back. Thank you for always showing love, guys. Go and pick up the sneakers you want, because sneakers are sitting, guys. And also go and like the sneakers you like, rock the sneakers you like, and wear the sneakers you want. From me, TJ, I love Kit Customs. Hope you have an amazing week, amazing month, and an amazing year. And hope you guys cop the sneakers you like, because you deserve to get the sneakers you want. From me, TJ, I love Kit Customs. See you in the next one, guys. Peace.